Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. This is the tarot reading like no others that I'm aware of, and that's because we focus on your manifesting. That's what tarot is all about. Tarot is not about predicting. And yet, everywhere I go these days, that's what tarot readers are doing. It's a scam. I've done tarot for over 20 years. And so I have, over the development of the internet, paid attention from time to time to some of the tarot readers on the internet. Whatever they talked about never came close. I mean, not even close. And yet they keep pushing the happy news, the happy news. Well, that's basically clickbait, and people go for it all the time. I don't do that here. The truth is, manifesting is your most powerful tool as a human being, because you help to create your world on your terms. Now, that doesn't mean delusion. What that means is tarot is all about energy, all about potential. You have to get off your ass and you have to do something about it. People don't like that because people are naturally lazy. Myopic and cowards too, frankly. Take a look at the world. The only reason it's in the shape it's in is because of us. We haven't done anything. Different point, another time, another show. But the point is that tarot means that you have to get activated. And to do that, you have to have the imagination. You got to create the pictures, the story, the sounds, the feelings, the tastes in your head. It has to come from you. Can't come from a screen. Can't come from the internet. Has to come from you. That's where the potential lies. And so every day, 365, holidays or not, doesn't make any difference. I'm here doing this tarot manifesting reading. And what I'm doing is trying to inspire you. Here's the energy. You're only going to see the 5 cards. That's why I do the reading the way I do, by the way. There's no action, no activity. You don't see me. All you see is the important stuff, the 5 cards. That's what you meditate on. And many people do. They just close their eyes and they listen and look for anything that will help fire them up. Most of the time, you're going to get maybe a little stimulation, which is good. Some of the biggest trees start from the smallest seeds. That's not a big deal. But don't expect a revelation every single day. That's not going to happen. That's not life. That's not your life. That's not the way it works. So if it doesn't really slam you today, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, next month, and somewhere along the road, your frequency is going to match the frequency of the tarot. When that does, that tells you, okay, the juju is out there. Let me grab it. And I strongly suggest that you do. My job is to try in every reading to inspire, even in a small way, so that you at least begin to work on the ability to manifest. So every day, 5 cards. Middle card's always the one that we focus on. It's the Oracle card. Sets the tempo, the mood, the feeling for the reading. Today it's blessed. And we interpret blessed in all kinds of ways. And if you look at the definition, it means happy, fortunate, probably gratitude. Okay? If you feel that way, that means you are creating that. You're manifesting that. And that's the point. And it's even more profound than that. The number in the upper right-hand corner is 22. 2 is a decision. So it's 2-2, which means you have a serious decision, on top of the fact that 22 is a master number. Right? So that being the case, well, you have a very important choice to make, a decision to make. And it's all about being and feeling blessed. So, let's go to the meme for today. This is really kind of interesting, I think. So, life is easy when you live it in the hard way. and hard if you live it in the easy way. In other words, it takes effort, and maybe more now than ever, to look at life with gratitude, with happiness, with joy. No matter what you're swimming through, no matter what you're having to battle, have that element of inspiration, of joy, of positivity. That, yes, I may have to look way, 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 way into the distance to see any kind of a sunrise. But it's there. Kind of like the Fool card. You're going on faith. And that's what being blessed is all about. Going on faith, being grateful, even though there may not be any obvious example that makes you feel happy, makes you feel joyful. It is deciding, there was a song back, I think in the 40s, Sunny Side of the Street. That's what it's all about. You have a choice. Which way are you going to look? Are you going to be happy and decide, okay, there's something here that's positive for me. I'm just going to believe it's here. This ultimately, and this is where blessings get kind of combined with faith, because that's what it takes to feel it, even though you don't see it. You don't have any evidence of it. Let's go all the way to the left. Card on the left is Eight of Swords. Swords are thoughts, ideas. Eight of Swords says you can know the truth, but you're blocking yourself. You're standing in your own way, restricting. You feel powerless. You feel trapped. Now, if the swords are information, that's because you are accepting or being fed lies, false information. Now, you see the gal here, she could very easily end all of this. There's nothing blocking her. She can wiggle out of her binding stuff, free her arms, and then take off the blindfold. She could do it easily. But no. No. And that's what most of us do. We miss feeling blessed on any level because we believe the bullshit that we've been handed. And if you're listening to this and thinking that you are not living through, I wouldn't say the end times, but this is a time of revelation. We're pulling back the curtain. We're seeing how dirty everything has been, how dishonest everything has been, how vile everything has been. And for a lot of people, that's overwhelming. I mean, it just puts them on emotional overload. They can't. I've seen this dozens of times. Sometimes from people who I thought were stronger than that, but no, it just blows them over, because there is that moment. I had that a few years ago. I knew what was coming ever since the JFK assassination in the 60s, because I'm an old guy. And then when we had the 9/11, and again, we shoot snake eyes, I'm going, something's up. So I was looking for and kind of anticipating that this was a global plan to control mankind in a way that we've never been able to do ever in history. But even then, the shot in the dark in 2020 caught me by surprise, because I realized it wasn't the shot itself that you necessarily had to worry about. It was the effects of it. And we're seeing it in death and hospitalization numbers right now, and they're growing year after year after year. When you come to that point of where it's right in your face and it hits, boy, it blows you off your feet. I had that for a little while, a couple of months. But now I know what the game is, and I know it's It's the ultimate Hunger Games, period. I mean, you go, as crazy, you're making that up. No, not making it up. Take a look around the world. You're seeing what's happening. Every country. Death number is going up way beyond normal. 10, 20,000 more every month. Just as planned. Because you couldn't have everybody drop dead at one time. But you can slowly eat away. It's like the frog in the pot of water. Have you ever heard that story? They put a frog into a cool pot of water, and the frog is very comfortable. But every so often they turn it up 1 degree. Turn it up just 1 degree at a time. 1 degree, 1 degree, a little bit. Before you know it, the frog is cooked. He never saw it coming. That's where we are. That's where you are. And in the meantime, you're missing the fact that you are blessed. You have lost the ability to see the sunny side of anything. And yet you go, well, but I don't know why. Well, yeah, you know why. You're just not being honest with yourself. That's back to the 8 of Swords. So what you got to do is get off by yourself, 4 of Swords, and say, okay, let me figure this all out. Let me rethink what I think I know. That'll help out a lot. Be very important. And so the next two cards on the right side are interesting cards. They're the Lovers. That's the first one. So we're talking about relationships, communication, harmony, choices. But it's within ourselves. Are we going to continue to lie, accept lying, even though our guts are yelling at us it's a lie and you're hurting yourself? Are we going to continue or no? And then the next one is the 2 of Cups, the decision to, am I going to love myself? Am I going to respect myself? Am I going to trust myself? Am I going to find the sunny side? Am I going to feel blessed? It's your choice. And I think something that is essential for everybody's survival in the next year or two coming up. I think 2025 is going to be crushing. Feel blessed. It's your choice. That's the tarot reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another. Between now and the next time you and I talk tarot, peace and blessings.